So there's this thing that happens in Island Fever season 4 where after the events of season 3, Roscoe and Cadbury and Vanessa, they had to leave the city. And after they left the city, they had to kind of just go into hiding because they needed to let the heat, that was attached to their name and their likeness kind of die down because they, ran into a whole bunch of different things with the law and they got in a big fight in the middle of the city and they had to essentially, leave and try to find a new place to go. During that adventure outside the city, Roscoe decides to take everybody on a journey to the edge of the island. As they're going on the edge of the island, they ended up seeing a whole bunch of hot air balloons floating in the sky. And to Roscoe, he was like, oh man, this is freaking crazy. And he was super excited about it. And so what he did is he ended up stumbling into a guy that hooked him up with a hot air balloon. And unbeknownst to Cadbury, who's sort of looking after everybody, Roscoe decides to volunteer everybody to actually go on that hot air balloon ride with him. And so Vanessa hops in. Roscoe ends up grabbing a rope and putting it around Cadbury, and then they set sail on this hot air balloon adventure. Roscoe has never really been in a lot of places around the island. He's just been to the city and probably a little bit outside the city. And so for this was uncharted territory for him. And because he's so adventurous, he couldn't help but actually want to see what he could see. He was really excited about it, especially because he wants to explore and he's curious and he wants to be able to find experiences that really give him his fix and his curiosity. And so as I was writing the story, I wanted to really see how far we could push that concept of uncharted territory and going on an adventure that goes beyond the island. And so I wanted to take it to a whole bunch of different areas, such as overlooking the city and going past the city, seeing all the different buildings, to going to the edge of the island where you're able to see the shore and see the mountains, even to the point where we're going through fields that are vast. And throughout that journey, they find a whole bunch of different creatures, from mermaids to flying seagulls to even the tree of life. And more importantly, they branch off past the island and they run into mystical creatures like giant squids and octopuses.